make peanut butter. So I have just a bag of raw Spanish peanuts. This is what they look like. I'm going to spread them thin on a baking sheet. Make sure that they're not overlapping one another. I'm going to pop these into a preheated oven at 325 degrees, and I'm going to check them every 5-10 minutes. Shouldn't take any more than 20 minutes, but I'm going to stir these around and make sure they don't get burned. All right, so these peanuts have been roasting for about 20 minutes in the oven. They were on 325. I did 10 minutes, kind of stirred them around, shook them up, popped them back in there for an additional 10 minutes, and they smell good. They're not burnt. I'm going to put them in a container and shake them up so I can try to get some of the skins off, because I don't want a whole bunch of these skins in my peanut butter. So let me do that. Pretty good. Warm. Not all the skins came off. You could shake it a lot longer if you wanted to. Or if you just run your fingers over them, they kind of just pop right off. Woo. All right, so what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to add your peanuts into your food processor. I'm going to use my little Ninja blender. So I'm going to add in my peanuts to that. And I'm just kind of like, still pretty hot, but trying to get some of these skins off. Not a huge deal breaker if there are some skins on it, but so if you've seen my YouTube shorts, I made a homemade mayonnaise, which is very, very simple to do. And I just love that you can make these things at home with knowing exactly what goes into it. And you can add salt, you can add honey, you can add molasses. I think I want to try adding a little bit of molasses in this one. And I mean, and you can like just separate them and add just salt to one or just leave it plain. But you don't need to add any extra oils. You don't need to add anything. It's just peanuts. That's all you need is roasted, dried peanuts. And you can add in whatever you want, like I said, as far as flavoring goes. And you can do this with almonds, cashews, all sorts of nuts. You can do a mixed nut. Add in some flax seed if you want to. It's important too when you're using your food processor for this, because it's going to take a little bit for the peanut butter to get to a peanut butter state. Might take like 10 minutes or so, kind of depends on your food processor or what you're using. But let your food processor take a few breaks. So blend it a little bit for a minute or two, take a little bit of a break, let the motor cool off, because you don't want it to overheat. If you have a really powerful, machine, then you may not have to worry about it. But if you have like an older model or something that's not commercial, just pay attention to it. You don't want to burn up your motor. Better safe than sorry. I'm going to start to add my peanuts in here. Just kind of straining this skins off as best I can. So I'm just going to take these peanuts and I'm going to blend them up in the blender, and I will show you kind of the process and the steps that it goes through to make peanut butter. Okay, I'm eating a peanut. All right, so I've got my peanuts here. I have a Ninja blender I'm going to use. This has a cool attachment if you have a Ninja blender, but you can just turn this while it's blending and it helps scrape down the sides. So if you see me turning this, that's what it's doing. I'm going to pop this on. And again, if you have a food processor, you can use it in your food processor. So after a minute, this has turned into kind of just a chunky consistency. It's still got some powdered peanuts in it. So I'm just going to keep doing this until it blends completely smooth. After 2 minutes, let's open it up and see what it looks like. So I would say it's that chunky peanut butter consistency. I'm going to scrape these sides down. Just try to make sure it's all kind of getting incorporated. And here's the time where you can add in, well, you can add it in really any time, but if you want to add in salt or honey, molasses. But just looking at my finger, it's just like a chunky peanut butter consistency right now, but I'm going to get this smoother. You don't need to add in any oil. The peanuts itself have a peanut oil already in them naturally. So add in a little bit of molasses. I think that'll be good. It's looking and smelling pretty good. Okay. Between every minute, I'm just going to take this lid off, check it, and scrape it down. The molasses really gives it a nice smell to it as well, like a different, richer smell, I think. we've been at this for about 4 minutes. It's getting creamier. And now I'm just scraping down the sides, making sure, again, we can get it kind of all going together. I'll scrape this blade just in case anything's gotten trapped under there. That's big. All right. This is looking like some creamy peanut butter. Check that out. Peanut butter. It looks good. I was thinking if you don't have molasses or honey, if you've got brown sugar, that would work. To sweeten it if you wanted it to have a little bit of a sweeter flavor. This has a really great consistency. So I think I might just go ahead and put it into some containers now. Any airtight container will do. And you can store it in your refrigerator for a month. And you may see some oil separation. Just stir it up. That's normal. That's the natural peanut butter oils. And yeah, play around with it. Add whatever flavors you want. You can do cashew butter or almond butter. You could do a mixed butter where you could add in multiple, whatever flavor nuts that you like. But I like to do this sometimes. I mean, I buy store-bought peanut butter too, but if I have the time to do it, I just feel like it has a more natural flavor. Plus, the natural organic peanut butters that you find in the store are pretty expensive. So just buying a pack of raw peanuts and doing it yourself saves on money. Plus, you know exactly what goes into it. If you just blended peanuts and that's all you put in your jar, then you know it's just peanuts. Can you tell I have trust issues with the food system? USDA. I don't trust you, government. But I have 2 little jars because I think it would be kind of cool to give one to Kim. See if she likes it for her to try. Her and Levi. That is it. Peanuts. Clean up the sides a little bit. Peanut butter. All natural, homemade peanut butter. So to recap, just get your raw peanuts on a baking sheet flat, put them in the oven at 325 for 10 minutes, shake them around, move them around, put them back in for 10 minutes, take them out. Try to get some of those shells off if you can. Otherwise, you're just going to have kind of a flaky, speckly peanut butter, which isn't a big deal. And then you're going to add them to your food processor or your blender and blend them until you get the consistency that you like. I recommend 5-10 minutes to get a smoother consistency. The longer you go, the more smooth it will be. So I hope you liked this video. If you wouldn't mind, I would love it if you would like and subscribe, share with someone who may be interested in becoming a little bit more self-sustainable and using ingredients that they either grew themselves or that they know what's going in their food. So thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.